Fuel subsidy. NLC suspend planned nationwide protests. The Nigerian Labour Congress has suspended its nationwide protest slated for Thursday 27 and February 2. The Congress took to the decision as at its National Executive Council meeting held virtually on Tuesday. The Nigerian Labour Congress President Ayuba Waba, who broke the news at a press conference, hinted the decision to suspend the protests on the reversal of the federal government's plan to stop the subsidy on petrol. He said members of the Nigerian Labour Congress who had been mobilized would be demobilized following the decision to suspend the protests. Before the announcement, the Congress had told us on Monday that it would continue with the preparation for the protests. Waba stated that the National Executive Council of the Nigerian Labour Congress had given directives for the mobilization of workers and citizens for the national protest if the federal government refused to reverse the planned hike in the pump price of petrol. But justifying its decision, the NLC president said the Congress dropped the planned protests following the reversal and reapproach by government. He said, at the peak of very rigorous mobilization of Nigerians by the National Labour Congress and a host of our civil society allies, the government, through the Minister of Finance yesterday, January 24, 2022, made a public announcement reversing the plan to increase petrol pump price. The position of the government was also officially communicated to the Congress with calls for further engagement following the reversal and reapproach by the government. The National Executive Council of the Nigerian Labour Congress met this morning virtually to consider the new position of the government. The NEC, after vigorous debate, took a decision to suspend the planned nationwide protests scheduled for January 27, 2022 and the national protest scheduled for February 2, 2022. The Labour leader said the Congress has communicated the decision to its civil society alliance who have stood socially behind Nigerian workers in their quest for social and economic justice. The union urged that the attendant effect of the proposed removal of petrol subsidy would push the pump price of petrol to between 320 naira and 340 naira per litre. This, it note, would have exacerbated the inflation in the country, deepened poverty, heightened social tension, and pushed the country and millions of poor citizens to the very precipice. Going forward, the NLC said it would continue to engage the government on very critical issues of ensuring local refining of petroleum, creation of sustainable jobs, and affordable price of petrol for Nigerian workers and people. It commended the workers, people, and the civil society allies for their unwavering solidarity and support during this struggle. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please subscribe to our channel to get more updates.